This is the Commissioners podcast. I'm DJ Gabe.
I'm Wise Toller.
I'm Soundboy T.
And that's Commissioners with a K.
With a K, special K.
With a K, special K.
Because we command the communication, we command the conversation.
Commanding, all with a K. I don't know what the C did to us. But we don't need no Charlies. It's Father's Day today. So we're taping it. By the time you hear it, we'll be past it. But don't worry. We are celebrating Father's Day. My kids got me a Super Daddy. They were wondering if I would know what it is. You get a twist. Super Mario.
Yeah.
But they forgot that I was when Mario was alive. That was when I was growing up.
I didn't get the memo. I don't think Mario's dead, you know.
No. I mean, well, we never know. But when Mario was Mario, Super Mario.
What is it now, Luigi?
Luigi. I was into the games. You know, back then when you have a video game, you can have like about 500 games on it. You know, different games. And now, marketing is taking a host of it.
Yeah.
I also go and play the Game Boy at home that my younger sister, who's now about 31, used, passed on to my little girl. Wow. So some of these retro stuff, it brings a whole lot of different meaning. So if you're listening to this, happy belated Father's Day.
Yes.
To all the dads out there.
Yes.
Definitely. Doing an amazing job.
Yeah. They want to go down the rabbit hole because, in June, it's men's mental health as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then, we never get to celebrate it, just by ourselves. That's another conversation for another day. I'll save that for now. But how are you guys doing, though? Everybody?
Great.
Good.
Well, we have a special guest in the studio.
Yeah.
Joining us.
Yes, we do.
I want you to do the introduction, Wise T.
He's going to say that the introductions, the accolades, a lot, but I have to do them, don't I? Okay, so let me do it. Let me do it from my perspective. But there were some things that I found online as well that I'm going to add to it as well.
Curious.
Just see.
Let's go.
So in the building today, we have joining us special guest. He's a rapper, he's a singer, he's a songwriter, he's a poet, he's a lecturer. Some of these titles I've added myself because of who he is.
As long as it's truthful.
Yes, he's a lyricist, he's a wordsmith. And for some people that don't know, let me just say, he is the voice behind a Sprite commercial that aired on radio stations in Nigeria since 2009.
I did not know that.
And he is also the longest freestyle. He also has the longest freestyle rap in Nigeria. Has anyone beat you yet?
Jeez.
I don't think they have. Yes. We have joining us the one and only VEC, known as Vector the Viper. We have him in the building today.
Thanks,
Yes. We need a round of applause.
I love that.
The energy still lives in him.
Yes, thank you very
The
much.
energy still lives in him.
Yes.
That was a good intro, isn't it, guys?
Very good. I'm so impressed. You're going to do the intro.
No, I'm not. I can only do that kind of intro for Vector. That's it. Because he's special. That's it.
Yes.
Well, welcome to London, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome to the Commissioners table as well.
Yes.
You are home.
We're Barracks and our commissioner now, guy.
Commissioner. That's the most important part. Some of these introductions, it's not said lightly at all. Talk about lecturer, wordsmith. It all comes down to words.
Yes.
Everything that you do embodies the spoken word. And I'm somebody who is from the outside. I'm first time meeting you. I'm Ghanaian.
Yeah.
So my introduction to you after we spoke, before we started taping was through listening to online Nigerian radio stations to understand what the vibe is in different countries. And I was never disappointed, somebody from a school of not hard knocks, but school of rap. I've grown up around very deep lyricists, Turas, Mensa, One Love. I've grown around Manifest. These are guys that serious wordsmith. So I'm always intrigued about how that was shaped, So let's take it back to the beginning, Avec. What was the household like?
What was my household like?
That shaped you into the wordsmith, the deep-minded person that we hear, in our lives today.
I'll be honest with you, it just was always there. So I was the kid that actually went to pick philosophy to study in school. because it just was always there. I wanted to know so many things. The last time I checked, my mom would always just get tired every time I asked questions as a child. So my thoughtfulness in that sense has just always been there. I've been very inquisitive as a child. Like, I wonder why this is, I wonder why that was, you know. So it kind of like just has always been there. I've always had a flair for words and be able to just from also understanding what I'm hearing properly over just saying what I'm hearing. So I can't pinpoint it, but so this is where it started. But I was supported a lot at home when I was starting. Excuse me, my dad was, he was a police officer, and was a good guy too. So he kind of like supported, even though he made me work for it. But he supported everything that I did from the jump. At least gave me the morale to be able to, you know, follow that through. Even though he didn't understand lyricism like that. I mean, in my style. But yeah, it's just been natural, to put it simple. It's just been natural. It's a natural progression so far.
And the music?
The music.
The music at home, or what was played?
So my dad had a lot of vinyls too, so he'd play music ranging from legendary Nigerian musicians. So yeah, young boy, old man, because of the discography at home. So Ese Agese.
Ese Agese. That's the name I haven't heard.
Yeah. Christy Ese and Ibokwe.
Yeah.
When Sonny Ade and
When you can't win,
yes, had that duet.
Wait for me.
Wait for me, baby.
It's a big tune.
So there is also there are lots of them. So I listen to music so far that my mom will play some Ikale music, some Ondo music. And because I've always been like an attentive person to like information when I hear them, especially if it's with melody or it interests me, I've heard songs that has kind of like shaped my mind as well. Even though I wasn't ready for the mind shift when I heard it, but as I grew older, excuse me, and I remembered the record, I'm like, oh, I get it now. So it's just been a dynamic array of music influences, from rap, from Junior Pretty in Nigeria, to Raekwon in America, to Wu-Tang.
You going there?
Yeah.
I don't give you smiling like
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a fan of the whole Flip Mode squad. I was a fan of Bone Thugs and Harmony. So I don't even have like one particular bad guy, so I can't give you a top five. Because I was also seeing the hip hop movement from a more musical perspective over Lamba. You know, just lyricism or bad guy, tough guy now. So I'd like a B.O.B., for example, with Bruno Mars' Beautiful Girl. But his album was also very musical. Will Smith, Ludacris, from the album on Chicken and Bear.
Oh yeah, that was a dope one though. That was a dope one.
Just, bro, anything. R. Kelly from Move Your Body Like a Snake, Man, you know, or from even way before that. Or Black Street.
I rate you for doing that, because you actually, you know, R. Kelly is not a name people can mention because of the current climate, but I really appreciate that. At least you took out the bit that you found, you know, to be like an inspiration, because nowadays people don't want to, because when someone is cancelled, you avoid.
What do they mean they're cancelling?
Well, that's what the word.
You can't undo I am your angel in your head.
No.
If you like, make R. Kelly the devil tomorrow.
Now I always say that, you know, this has really deprived us as DJs from playing some amazing records, you know, like it's like on radio.
And I always ask, how can you separate the man from the art? We need to be able to doing the two, kind of separate the man from the art. Surely.
Yeah.
There was always that conversation about, you know, particularly for Black culture, that we tend to box them together, whilst in other cultures they tend to separate their work from the artists, you know.
No, but I can also understand making an example of somebody who's done something that is not necessarily the best for the growth of society. So I can see it in that sense, but also counsel somebody, bro, talent is talent. Now crime is crime. And let that be judged as such.
Yeah.
But again, I can't frown on what the general populace feels is the right way to approach something.
True.
So I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
But as an artist, you know, whilst we're here, you know, let's talk about this for a minute. As an artist, when you're called into question for maybe certain things that has happened in private or something. I mean, I'm not talking about illegal stuff. I'm just saying, you know, when
Like sex tapes.
do you have one?
No, you will never know.
Exactly. But you know, in terms of just your regular work, that you're cancelled for everything, just for maybe a silly comment you made, maybe when you were very young, you didn't really know better, and then now you understand what the weight of your words or the weight of your actions are to the world. You know, as an artist, where do you stand on that?
I don't like, so you said something where you're younger, bro, the past is the past. Maybe the internet or social media can always bring the past, but it is always bringing it back from the past. I don't think those type of things should matter, even though I also understand that, you know, your past can tell your future. So investigation, I can hear that, but acting on it as though every other person that's acting on it are not contradictory like every other human being, to me, is just a waste of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, if somebody has said something that's bad and there's law against that, let the law be. But over me taking that personal, I have way too many personal things in life to be concerned about over those type of things.
Yeah.
So I don't have an opinion too much about those type of things, to be honest.
So you grew up in the Barracks.
Yep.
Does that have an influence, or has that shaped your music in any way?
So I won't say it has influenced my music, because I guess Barrack Tough Guy is different from what most people know. And maybe lyrically speaking, my understanding of a tough guy lyrically, most people don't meet up with that analogy because it's not real life. For most, it's lyrical life. I'm literally the son of a gun.
That's fact.
Yeah, I've literally had to, everybody talk about bullying, should be social media, bro. Nobody see bully when you be like David, you be like Goliath. And you have to fight your way through. Not because, you know, I believe in that too. I believe every child should learn how to fight their way through. So yes, that has shaped my music. So if I tell you, if my men draw guns, they will end you. But if your men draw guns, they must be skilled with pencils. It means that, bro, I was raised around it. My dad got me comfortable around weapons, but he was playing a reverse psychology, because in the barracks, you had too much influence from kids who were a bit more juvenile delinquent than you were. So I've had friends who were in possession of arms at ages that they shouldn't be in possession of such arms. And I've also had friends that have gone to jail for illegal possession of arms. But shout out to my dad, because he made me feel what a gun felt like at a young age. Even though I pointed it at my brother and I got a slap. But because I was already accustomed to that as something normal, it helped me to not get excited when I was in the dark with my friends and they brought a weapon out. I was like, okay. The last thing I say is, what if there's one in the chamber, you fool? Like, you're playing. So that kind of like helped me shape everything. So the discipline with the music, the talent of the music is separate. Has it influenced the music? Yes, because there are certain things that I'd say in the music that's true to me being a barrack boy. Plus, I think it's a very cool thing that a barrack boy is Vector the Viper. Yeah, because also there's this notion that because most police officers are seen in very negative light, their kids could never be tada, you know, they can never be eloquent, they can never be different. And that also rubs on Yoruba too, because they think because you're Yoruba or from Lagos and you must be Raz. I mean, I'm Raz, but it's not how you see it. We go to school, we have culture, we're respectful, we're grounded. So yes, barrack life will influence my music, it will influence how I am. I have a lot of friends in the military sector, not for farms in, but just because once a barrack boy, you're always a barrack boy.
Yeah. But I know something that really influenced your music growing up, and it's something we discussed when we first had the conversation. And there's something musical about people who go to Celestial Church of Christ.
Yep.
You know, So when you go to that church, actually, you're really influenced by a lot of music. Do you feel that definitely?
I have friends that could not be influenced if they put them on drugs. Like, but yes, you're right. Also because the approach of music in the Celestial Church is pretty much very raw. So I went through a hierarchy of movements before I could even sing on the mic. It's not like I didn't know I could sing on the mic. I was the lead tenorist in my mass choir. But you must first play the clef. So when they're singing about you do bed, then you cannot hence my flow is unknown because I'm counting metronomes in my head in 3/4s, 4/4s, anything over anything. I'm grounded because from clef you now move to agogo.
So just to was that deliberate that you have to go through
In the choir? Yes, Uncle Michael and Uncle Tudo. Uncle Tudo was the choir master. Was the choir master. Uncle Michael was the assistant, and the norm. Some people are stubborn, goat na goat. So we let us be, but you must play the clef. Then you move to agogo. Then you move to the shakers. So shekere, not necessarily shakers, but in Yoruba is shekere. Then from there you move to the conga.
Yeah.
Then from the conga, you can now decide from percussiveness. So you've learned beat counts in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then so I know a wide array of variations of beat counts metronome wise. Before you now get on the mic, before you go to sing off beats. So I guess it's kind of like accustoms you to music counts and beat counts.
Yeah.
But me, lyrically, then affects me because then I can rap in between counts. Because whilst I'm busting, I'm counting in my head. And, not too many people are aware of that reality of music, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But that's a fact, though. I'm not sure if you've seen, there is an artist, I forgot which country, MC Baba. He's tone deaf. But, have you guys seen it? Yeah, you see that one here. MC Baba, he's a deaf person, like.
Oh, the one that's doing the drill.
On the drill music.
Is that for real?
Yeah, he's for real. You can see when his mannerism, you can tell really that. But he's on beat. These are certain things that you probably would take for granted.
But he's not rapping. He's
not rapping. Yeah. But his melodies are like proper on beat.
I actually didn't know he was an artist. Yeah, he didn't know he was an artist. No, but just someone was just doing like a little skit.
No.
Honestly,
he's got his own chord base. I'm sure. Give him.
He's not saying a single word.
No, he's just.
So he's.
But he's on beat.
So he's not deaf. Is he deaf?
He's a. I don't know how they call him. I'm not sure.
Political correct word.
Correct word, exactly. Yeah.
Well, he's deaf and dumb. So if it's one or the other, it must be either deaf.
But he's deaf
or dumb.
So he's deaf. So
I think if an artist is deaf and they're singing, there's most likely studio work being done because how then did he learn?
But he's not singing words, He's only just.
I know. So you're talking about the beat counts, of course.
Yeah.
So for you to be able to, I think if you're deaf and you can't hear and you've never heard, that means you don't even understand what counts beats are. So it must then maybe mean there's a lot of studio work.
Oh, of course.
Even though I hear also that there are certain people who can, because the human body is quite interesting. Yeah. If some parts don't work, some other parts will complement the lack of that. So some people can feel vibrations and maybe vibe to them. So, I mean,
that's true.
But vibrations is very important in music, because there are a lot of songs that I listen to that I have no idea what they're talking about, but the melody, kind of, it gives it away, the beats, the pattern, the run pattern and stuff, it gives you so much to really enjoy that you realize, oh, okay, the Gangnam Style actually makes you move your feet and stuff, but you have no idea what they're talking about. Yeah. So I think, artistry, it stems from, whatever confidence that the person that's delivering, it will make you believe. I saw a video, right? Somebody was talking about, he's a public speaker, he does coaching, and he was saying, he never used to get standing ovation. And then he really realized that like top speakers, what they do is when they've finished, they actually get a crowd in the app, bowing down and stuff, And since then, the ovation has been, unending. You understand? So there are certain commands that when you put in your craft, it gets you the right responses. Right.
I may beg to differ a bit with that analogy, because if you have the command, you don't have to plant people.
You don't have to.
You don't have to plant people, so you don't have to put people in the audience to.
No, he didn't put people in there. He was saying like how
he moves them.
Yeah, he moves them.
So what did he do to move them?
Like when he's finished and he takes a bow.
So that gets
like he just gets them like this, and then they stand up to it. But he was talking about body language,
right?
The impact of body language in how he delivers,
right.
But he wasn't doing the right things, even though he was delivering like top-notch content. He wasn't really getting the response that he needed.
Right,
because you can walk in a room and everybody, who's this? You understand? So self-confidence, body language, those kind of stuff that he was talking about.
Yeah. So, which leads me on to my next question I was going to ask you. I think it's safe to say, Vector, you're in this thing of ours called hip hop. It's safe to say you're an elder statesman. And, when you reflect back and you look at the current state of hip hop in Africa, not just Nigeria, what's your analysis of that landscape now?
Growing.
Right?
It's growing.
From where you started to now where it is, have you seen major changes? Have you seen advancements? Have you seen things,
Advancements will vary in perspective. So if it's artistic advancements, yes.
Right.
If it's artistic support, nah.
And let's talk about that for a minute. When you say artistic support, what do you mean by that?
That also is kind of like a wide array of options too, because there's so many people. Obviously, it's not because I personally think so, but because it's appeared so. So many people just seem to be very surface with what they say they follow. So especially with hip hop.
Right.
Right. Y'all just want to talk about hip hop when two people are fighting, You just want to talk about hip hop when it's trending, but outside of rappers beefing, if those two rappers are big enough to have your attention, did they have your attention when they were talking about real things? Or you're just trending with the audience?
Right.
So, generally speaking, on the state of hip-hop, I don't even think, and I think I said this on channels before, I don't even think we've started really with because you can't really just be a comfortable hip-hop artist now in Africa, can you? Even though I then start to be corrected, because I feel like as Africans, we are children of rhythm. So I don't understand how an African hip-hop artist is restricted to, you don't know what you do. Nah. I mean, that's hard. But King Kong is an example. It was a mix of Atidogo music and trap.
The video is, the remix video is hard, by the way.
For context, what's King Kong?
King Kong is Atidogo trap music. Because that's like the charge of the way they looking like it's that's the same vibe.
Right.
But I guess maybe variations in music understanding will help you even coin things from the most mundane things. Like an idea like where you they looking like a cow head, Chicago. Now is the aura, body language, confidence. I call that when we're doing the Hennessy VS class. I told all the up and coming rappers that it's called believability. Like, how are you telling me you're going to whoop me and you're there looking like a chihuahua, bro? Like, how you go? But tie my shoelace. So it has to be believable. And so King Kong is. So I've always been experimenting, but because I don't feel the need to explain it, I feel like music is experiment. It's experiment of a collection of all the memories you have of prior music that you've heard, plus your own formed melodies, to just create some level of, difference in progression from the original one that's inspiring you, but I think it's still the same. So, yeah.
That's a very, you touched on something quite interesting, which I'm going to ask another follow-on question from. Because, so do you understand, because I'm sure you probably of late have been seeing a lot of what we call Afrobeat artists trying to distance themselves from that title and genre. You mentioned something about the creativity, and can you understand when an artist who mainstream-wise, they say that he does Afrobeat and they're trying to distance themselves? Do you understand the argument behind that?
I don't even have to understand it.
Why not?
Because artists go through different waves of emotions in different times. So this may just be a wave of emotion right now. So, which may also mean I don't really take it serious. It's just like, okay, everybody's expressing, because give or take, I feel like genres of music in Africa need to also be academically defined. So that, once again, Oyinbo will come up and define them again their own dependence to the idea of definition.
Yeah.
We need to get to that point, which is mostly maybe what I sense, probably, don't quote me, but it's just my personal opinion. I feel like people run away from the intelligence of many things, especially Africans.
That's true though. But who's making is that? Because it's up to us to categorize. We know what you can definitely tell a rap track from an R&B track. You know, you can tell a kunga from a high life. You know, it's very easy.
Not unless when you're fusioning.
So I'm going to ask you a personal question there, Victor. So if you were called an Afrobeat artist, how would you take it? Would you like to be defined as such?
It's not about me being liked to be defined as such. First off,
He's a rap pro beat artist.
no, so
Rap pro beat artist.
so if you
was
come-
that?
if you come here, yeah. So because Tola has now let
you as an artist.
a musician.
And isn't that what the Afrobeat artists want to be defined as, rather than a genre?
Why are you lion? No get complimentary card now.
Lion is a lion. Yeah, true.
If lion show now, you know, guys say, "Hi, I'm a lion." Oh my God! No, as you show, yeah, everybody come back. So why are you trying to define something that you should just be expressing? What's the definition of music without the expression of it? So I really don't care about those conversations as well. But so if you come Afrobeat, I get Afrobeat, but do not. For me, do my sorry, because I'm also a Sele born child. So what they call Afrobeat is most likely Fuji-inspired type of melodies on dance beats.
Right.
Which if you trace in originality backwards, not too deep into origin, but let's say Wiz, for example. The first sample of Afrobeat that everybody's going crazy now would be along the confines of Bakurumo.
Oh.
Funke, Bakurumo, Kojo, Dada. I remember that before then it was techno type inspired Enemies I'm Living My Life type of vibe. I don't know what range, what time exactly it is, but I know that before, because Sam Clef is my guy. He's my crazy guy, but my guy.
I rate you again for being boldly saying.
No, he be my guy now. Bros, all of us guys, they fuck up. Now, the one with the public life, people they see. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like people say they fuck up, but next time they fear you normally, so I just guys give you rep now. Before you come from 7-7, we're going to give you 7 here, you can. So, but I've always thought Sam Clef was a class. I gave him the nickname Sam Clef Classics.
Wow.
Yeah, because I felt his production is classic and everything. I still believe in his production. I feel like Sam Clef invented Don't Do, bro.
Yeah.
We can trace it to a little bit of Yin Yang Twins on Whisper, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
For another day.
Yeah, but it takes genius to take, if at all, because I'm not sure he did, but in my head, semblance of sound, I can see Don't Do being inspired from Whisper by Yin Yang Twins. But that said, you know, I've always known Sam Clef was an intelligent person. So when I heard just the percussive bounce in Bakurumo, there was Omele there now.
Yes, now.
It's a classic though.
There was Gone there. I'm like,
Yeah.
Then hip hop kicks, the heavy one. And then I said, I'm playing with him, yeah. Like, this guy. So I heard that. So riding off the back of that now, you know, it's natural to us. If it's Afrobeat, yes, we're Afrobeat. If it's rap, yes, we're rap. I'm saying that predominantly because I'm Yoruba, and the Yoruba language is very poetic. And what is rap if not rhythm and poetry? So I'm grounded in that enough to know that, okay, if you call me Afrobeat, you did. Because for Select Church, the Tungba for church now, waiting at the call Afrobeat for outside.
Yeah, true.
Right, so I'm good with that. I'm not, even though I know that I'm mostly known to be a lyricist, I'm okay with blending music and doing fusions.
There's something I've been dying to ask you, and I'm so happy you're here.
So how are you alive if you have been dying?
How did you and Simba hook up? Talk to me about that.
Honestly, that was a question. That was a question because it was just mind blowing. You know, when you know an artist, someone like Simba, who's like a true artist,
Yeah.
you know, come to Nigeria.
He is with a true artist.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So when I saw that link up, I mean, I'm like, this is somebody who really knows. And then tracing back to what Simba was saying, that, you know, he wanted to go to Africa, you know, so as Gabe is saying, I've also been dying to ask, you know, what was the link up, and then what was it that, you know, brought you two together like that? What was the conversation like?
So I think when he came to Nigeria, I wanted to shoot something, and then he met Whack people. Whack people was Farizi, Damiku, Ace.
Whack as in whack.
We are creative people.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe
that's
whack.
whack,
When they say
right?
whack, you saw
Yeah. So when he met them, they've been creatives that I've been working back and forth with for like way pre-COVID.
Right.
So when he met them, I think they had shown him a video of, I think it's Alaye Jojo, where he had seen one and was like, oh, I like this hood. And they're like, yeah, that's Lafiage. So when he came, I was upstairs with Balo in one of the little hotels in the hood. We're just upstairs and everything. And I heard how they say, so prior to that, I've probably just seen that one freestyle video where I was on the streets asking the question, but I really didn't follow up too much because, okay, sidebar, at some point I just stopped listening to music in general because it was just very monotonous. It wasn't judging anybody, just what I was getting in public was just so monotonous. It wasn't inspiring to keep going. So I wouldn't know who the top rapper anywhere is or who the top singer anywhere is. And I guess that shields me because I'm not out here trying to look for numbers. I'm trying to look for music.
Yeah.
So when he came and he wanted to shoot, so I was upstairs with Balo and they said, oh, he's there, and they wanted to see me. I'm like, cool, you're in my hood.
Yeah, sir.
You know, I'll greet you. Plus, I've heard your stuff. When they told me he was going to shoot and wanted to do that, so I called in one or two boys. I'm like, yeah, so my boys are coming to shoot. Let's, you know, chill.
Yeah.
So he came through and we greeted. He came to drink some opani. We thought, because in my head I keep wondering, like, why he mentioned to me too then that, oh, a lot of African Americans. Ironically, he mentioned it then. Now is on social media live and direct. He says a lot of African Americans are told that Africans hate them. I'm like, dude, this one where you did, they be like saying that they hate you. He said, yeah, that's the funny thing. It's rowdy, but he feels safe. I'm like, yeah, bro. If Kumbaya and home is Africa, where do you think you are? You're home. And then the security was on this. No, let your son roam. It's cool. Yeah, let him roam. Let him run around. He's a young man. Let him run. This is his ancestry. Let him run. So it was just one of those things where he was doing something where he came to Nigeria and he met some guys and he wanted to shoot in my hood. And me, I was around. So he came to say hi. And I felt, okay, let me even show you to the guys over there. I'll show you one or two information about being Yoruba.
I love that, man. That link up was like, it was good for my soul, you know? Like, I like it.
So we have a record already, though.
Wicked.
Oh, you got one.
Unreleased.
It's titled The Lion Circle.
The Lions.
Unreleased.
I mean, he's Simba and I'm a Leo.
Yeah. Oh, and you're a viper as well. You know? So that jungle must be crazy.
Lion with Medusa head. Easy, bro.
So it's unreleased.
That is already. So it was at least should have heard. I know.
Wow, it might be in the pipeline. It might be one of those ones that you'll keep.
He's got many in the pipeline.
I've got to say,
like a release date or some sort.
I've got to say, the labels and stuff are really holding on to so many things. You know, they don't understand the culture. Some of these collaborations need to come out as soon as they are done.
No one's holding on to vectors.
No, not
Except for
vectors.
Vector.
I'm just saying, but it could be
Except
clearance
for
from
Vector.
singers.
No, it wasn't.
The clearance and stuff.
So first off, we have our project that we're doing. You know, sometimes you meet an artist and you can get into the studio and get creative, but then again, you also have a previous plan that you're following. And he also may have his own plan that he's following as well. Excuse me. So you might, so that's basically what that is. But If I wanted to drop tomorrow, I and Simba would drop tomorrow. However, we just have so many backlog of work, plus dealing with the industry in Africa, sidebar, there are way too many other things that shouldn't be. So if you're not careful, you just fall victim of so many things.
Absolutely.
So all those things take your time as well, but definitely it's coming through.
So let's move on to, let's talk about what type of advice, information, tips you can give to emerging artists, not just rappers though. The emerging artists that are coming up, because there's so many of them coming up in Nigeria. Talk less of Africa, but let's focus on Nigeria. A lot of artists coming up, wanting to break out, wanting to be out there. And it's interesting because when I was having a conversation with you the other day, there was something that you said. It's not about putting out music constantly, continuously. Like you were talking about connecting with their fans and having that relationship type thing with their fans. So but like with a lot of emerging artists, they're in the music thing and they want to be seen, they want to put music out there because they want to get noticed, they either want to get signed or they want to blow. But let's go back to that conversation we were having, and like if it was you, what would be the progression that you would advise an upcoming artist to take, rather than just putting out music every minute to be seen?
I feel like majority of the artists that we have to talk these type of things with don't necessarily need to be doing music.
Yeah.
Deep.
And why is that though?
It's just like saying I need to be encouraged to rap. Yes, there's encouragements, don't get it wrong. I'm an inspiration to a lot of fans and followers, that's cool, from what I've heard and from my real stories. But I also feel like there are way too many people be clouding the spotlight for the deserving ones. So somebody that that can just, anybody can come up with a melody that will jello, but it's not about the melody that will jello, it's about the artist that is, so that's why people will be shocked at the type of music I make, but I'm like, do you know what it means to be an artist? Your mind is a universe of creativity, So for me to be telling you that, this is how you should do, first off, a true artist will understand that people don't need to be fans for nothing. People they don't have to be your fan. They don't have to like you, bro. So for you to be even making music in the first start thinking, I want to blow, I want people to, first, you want people to, how true are you in that thing that you want people to, I would be here and I see it's not over when you lose, it's over when you quit. So I'm not like, it's not over when he snoozes, it's over when he spits. It's natural, bro. It has to be real. So before I would tell you, keep going, bro, keep going at what, bro? Like, how real are you? Plus, if you truly stand out, bro, before Whitney Houston became Whitney Houston, there were a lot of singers. But you cannot just deny Whitney Houston's talent. I think the world of music needs to go back to undeniable talent over plugged talent.
But someone would say that like someone like Whitney, for instance, she had a platform. It couldn't necessarily be
what attracted the platform.
Her talent.
That's all.
Yeah.
So the artist just needs to be concerned about this mastery of the self to the point whereby, why aren't you putting God to test on your skill too? Why are you expecting somebody to give you a blueprint?
Because sometimes, people grow up differently. Some get in a space where they thrive off, a bit of instilling some confidence in them. Some people are naturally, like, they can fly on the hook.
Nobody can instill the confidence of your art in you. They don't know it.
I feel you. You got to be ready, basically. It's where you're ready. Yeah.
Bro, let's say you're a rapper, for example. Bro, what do you think? All other rappers just gonna say, new guy, enter now. Bro, you have to prove yourself. Bro, I've been proving myself, damn near all my career. Like, it's not... Kanye's still proving himself.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, maybe we need to be at the point whereby... Because, bro, there's nowhere in the world I can't rap. And you bet you hear Yoruba. I bet you the person that hears Yoruba go and ask what it means. And then it could come busting head because, yes, I have to imprint my culture in your mind. So we need to make sure that the people who are ever giving advice deserve the advice. You know, because there are people who truly deserve the advice. But whatever the setting is right now is just pushing whoever they can push, whoever seems to be, you know, appealing. But the only thing that should be appealing in an artist's life is artistry. If you're a fashion mogul, if you're a producer, produce, you know, art is just art, bro. However, if you're coming up, when you get there, should everybody there just leave you and say, you don't come, welcome, sir, and go. Or welcome, ma. No, now you have to prove yourself. So my advice to the ones who truly have something to prove is prove it. Prove it. Too many people advise too many artists. No offense, because people are like, what do you mean? A tree doesn't make a forest, not unless the tree is an artist. Like, because an artist is allowed to musically travel and explore, you know, and create a forest. It's the process of creating the forest that is the most important, which if I found that, I'd respect you as an artist. But if it's just a situation whereby because you sound like Wizkid or because your production sounds like Wizkid's, you know, and it might be sweet, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
There's somebody that's coming up with fresh melodies every time. I'm an example of that. I've never heard a song that sounds like the melodies in Eli Momo. I've never heard a song that sounds like the melodies in Adura. I've never heard a song that sounds like the melodies in Angeli. I've never heard a song that sounds like the melody in 8. 8, Eli Momo, and Follow Me to Go are reggae bounce, but they all don't sound alike. I don't understand how you're artistically gifted, but you're not showing evidence of the artistic gift.
So I think what would be very clear to somebody listening to you for the first time is, are you signed to a label? Are you independent? You know?
No, before the label. Because if you're not...
I'll get to the reason why I'm asking that.
Okay. I learned something in philosophy, and I said the only thing that can be taken away from a man is the mastery of the self. Before you reach label, if you don't master yourself, they're the bad artists now. Yes, they dupe artists. Labels will scam you. If you are stupid, they will scam you. It's not the label is not there because you are like, oh my God, you know, is love and dovey and support. It's business. So before you even get to the point where you're talking to labels, and this is also what every African needs to understand, what the hell is the value that you're holding on the negotiation table? And are you tough in that value? Because guess what? They will negotiate you into lesser every time. So it's not just about the artist, you know, bro, before you even get signed, do you know what you're doing? Because there are also words in contracts that can fuck you up for life. Recoupability, perpetuity. So it's not just about, you can sing a pity him now, he wants to get the you want to blow, bro. That blow sometimes, let's say that they wish you death blow, bro, because there are sharks out there. I'm talking every type of shark, orcas, everything, all the fish for the world, whale. The one of you guys will go swallow you, they game. So how don't you develop so how don't you develop yourself? My goal is, so shout out to Pedestrian, he's been on some, you know, management thing with the team for a while, and the idea is to make sure Pedestrian builds his connect with his audience. Is my connect with my audience that has singled me out till date.
Fact, I'm one of them.
So for context, who and what is Pedestrian?
Pedestrian is an artist. We have a record together titled Offer.
Right.
And he's constantly trailed me. Pedestrian was the kid at the Hennessy Cypher that choked and was crying in the end.
Right.
And then I gave him my St. Gregory's College alumni ring. I said, hold on to this. When I finish, I'll talk to you. And I spoke to him and I was like, yeah, you could choke, it's cool, but are you coming back? And when he came back, he won.
That Hennessy lineup was incredible though.
Yeah, so I'm interested in seeing the artist genuinely flourish in the true sense of his or her artistry in connection with your original fans, not the one that they are giving you based on bots or that are giving you based on streams or anything. Bro, your fans that, I have people that have my father's name tattooed on their skin.
Wow.
I have people that named their children after me. I have people that wrote their final year project in university in line with my music and lyricism. I've been in conversations with professors all over the world about modern African thoughts in, say, relation to origin, but as present in music. I've had these conversations, and that's how I knew that if we don't document these things intel-wise, one random white person will come and say, where to make you please say bromium, na bromium, that they call them. It's kind of like how I feel like they'll tell you have PTSD. What is PTSD? You're an overthinker. Well, geniuses think a lot.
Yes.
So I'm key on self-respect and value, but how do you know self-respect and value if it's not built over time? She takes it back to the artist. I'm not trying to support anybody that's just trying to chop. No. I'm interested in the person that is trying to express, and that expression is truly soulful.
Totally.
Yeah. I've got two things that we're here on the Commissioners podcast, Commissioners with a K. Wise Tola, DJ Gay, Soundboy T. You've got a show coming up in July.
Yes.
July 5th. It's your first London show.
Yes.
That's an incredible feat, We want to talk about the show, but at least we need to also understand your level of artistry. Your last album was The Energy Still Lives in Me. Teslim.
What is that energy?
Yeah.
My father's energy, that's his name.
Teslim.
What's the energy?
Teslim Balokun.
He's
My dad's energy, so I say my dad's energy, you probably don't know because you don't know him, but my dad was the officer who was a bad guy but wasn't a corrupt one. See, bloodline speaks. Hence why I could never be comfortable with doing political rallies and stuff like that. But ultimately, I remember that it was at his funeral in Ikoyi, and I was looking at his casket, and his name just spells, "The energy still lives in me, even though he's gone." And ironically, we're having this question on Father's Day.
Wow. That's a really good way of thinking about it.
Yeah, because
Sharp mind, I've got to say.
most men don't get this type of accolades that they deserve in the true sense of being a man in a child's life or being a man in the world. There's so much more to being a man and being upright mentally that most people seem to not have. Hence maybe why I'm grateful for my reality and experience. But yeah, it serves also as another avenue to show that it's okay to respect the men in your life. In the best way that you can.
Absolutely.
Because men need the support.
Yes. So back to your show. I was speaking to Wise Sola before we went live, and she made me understand that this is all you're doing. You were putting this show together. And I said, look, that's the best idea I've ever heard, where an artist kind of take the bull by its horns and does everything themselves. Because nowadays, promoters are complaining that, artists are just charging a ridiculous amount of money for shows, and they're just about to give up. And you just decided, I'm going to do everything. Yeah. So what was that journey like, and how did you reach that decision? And when did you have that euphoria moment of, I'm going to
fault of these same promoters that you're speaking for. It's their fault. Because first off, it's music, yes?
Yeah.
And you're dealing within music. How the hell is the constants in the same type of genre with the same type of artists for decades?
Right.
So you don't tell me there are no dope spoken word artists. Bro, there are people getting endorsements for Soil in the world. Artists that they are reaching out to the world and, talking about the nutrients or the value of keeping our soil alive. There are people doing that for water. There are people doing that for air, and they're also all earning. But we've just all just been narrowed into this one-mindedness. My dad would call it during his lifetime one-way traffic. Just narrow-mindedness of, so promoters are always trying to get the same jumpy music, trendy artists, you know, however it is, you know, everybody's, and cool. Those artists, yeah, they're needed because you need popular music type every now and then.
Yeah.
But how come not one major promoter has done a show that is, for example, a bit encompassing of all the types of talent there is in Nigeria, or there are in Nigeria?
Right.
So I'm there like, wait, so if rappers don't move, we're fucked.
Basically.
Yeah, because we can't compete with that. Yeah, we can't, but, you know, they won't let us compete with that. So in my head, I'm like, so if they don't go call you come London and you get fans for London, you go London by yourself now.
Yeah.
Right? So that was what that idea was. It was, well, it really wasn't because they didn't call you. Just like I thought, okay, we have a lot of audience in the UK. And may I add, it's easier to put up a show in the UK than it is to put up in Nigeria.
No, for real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Financially speaking, the only thing that will cost you in Nigeria is fly here now.
Right.
But now it's not every institution that gives you that opportunity. But I guess that's why you find new things every time. So we did our research and found, okay, we can do stuff here and everything and do it the proper way. You know, live where you are based on just the analysis of your back-end data, but then also, well, founded upon your talents. And just come and deal with your guys. Artists need to remember again, 50 of your fans are as important as 100 of your fans, who are as important as 1 million of your fans.
Yeah. Right.
So I don't understand how you go somewhere and say because there are only 100 people you won't perform. Or more, we are grooving, my guy.
Whether it's 2 or 100. Yeah.
Bro, because I didn't start this music saying there's an ultimatum to attendance before I perform. So by the way, you that are loving my music is busting my side. You like, so you all this madness I'm doing, you like it. Okay. Because how do I know you will accept it? You know, it wouldn't be. So I appreciate every single one of them. And if that's what it takes to definitely do properly, like I said with the artist that's with us in management as well, you must service your audience.
Yeah.
I made that mistake because I got carried away with industry antics of how to be. So technically speaking, you have music out, and in your first week you do 50K or 100K, but because somebody's posting 10 million, you will now be hesitant
to put out that.
Not just even put out that, to even accept that as advancement or some level of growth.
Right.
The Yorubas will say, "Unwagwala go shisha." In my album one time is another man's watch won't tell your time. So we're watching, so what if I like to be on time and I set my watch 10 minutes faster? You'll be running with me for no reason, bro.
So you got to be on your own time, basically.
Yes, you have to, it has to be on. We have to encourage artistry to grow by itself because there's no artist that starts a legend.
Let me play the advocate here, you know, on from the promoter's perspective, that they are looking at it from a safe standpoint, that, you know, now we know how much it really costs to put up a show. It's not cheap. And you know, so if I'm going to guarantee my return on investment, then I've got to go the safest way. And that safest way of thinking is what's led us down this path.
So
it's repetitive.
I don't think it's called
greedy way.
The greedy way.
Yes, you got a song title.
Talk to me. Yeah, greedy. That's your skit as well.
But you know, before you speak about it, but is that a safe spot or financially beneficial? They've gone with the most financially beneficial.
Yeah, because I mean, as an investor, you're looking at, you know, if you're a purist, that's a different thing. But
no, but even with investors, I'm sorry to interject, even with investors, in business studies, there is risk factor. You must take risks. And the most risky that goes through are the most profitable. Microsoft, Facebook, Apple.
yeah.
How dare you come with a computer that is ultra what we are used to with our hands and ta-da today, you know. So in my head, it's, if you invest, say for example, that's why we're coming here to do our show ourselves, but in the most honest way. Mm-hmm. Because what is artistic journey without honesty too? PR?
Yeah, we know a lot of made up stuff, you know.
Yeah, so, but that also, because artists are also not even getting the chance to be themselves. You have to dress a certain way, you have to do this. So when I'm talking about the promoters, when you're investing in something, why can't you invest in something and start gradual? Why must we all be aiming at a 20,000 or 15,000 or 10,000?
Totally.
A hall full of 500 people will jump. Now, the profits in a hall full of 500 people will not be the same as the one in a 20,000 capacity, but you are definitely not running at a loss.
No, true.
Yeah. So you see what I mean about it may be a greedy point or a negligence point. They may not know, because I'm on ground and I'm finding out like, oh, so this is doable. Why hasn't it been done?
Yeah.
Maybe there are lots of people in position again that don't deserve the spotlight, not because they don't deserve to be successful, but maybe the technical know-how or the honest truth to follow that know-how through is not there, because everybody here has been doing something for so long and it's not based on the acceptance or the marketability of it, even though there's profit that can come from it. So I'm clear when I say that if you do it, so shout out to Temi Doyin, she was part of the team that did Made in Lagos and Burna's first US tour. Because she's about female best friend as it comes. I saw her steps. Burna, for example, went step by step.
Absolutely.
The initial first intimate show to the larger intimate show.
Absolutely.
You can't escape that, bro.
You can't escape greatness.
So why are you looking for artists that now come and be giving you, ain't nobody coming here once in a while, at once and for all, like give you 20K audience without servicing the little numbers into the big ones. So maybe the show promoters need to do more shows that are not necessarily along the lines of the one that they're complaining about.
Right. So do you also think that artists need to be able to kind of take a leaf out of your book and start doing their own shows?
Being proactive.
Leaving the promoters alone and just taking the bull by its own horns and just going ahead and just...
I wouldn't say they should do that, because you need promoters, right? So I wouldn't say, because it's not every artist that... You also need information, you know.
But if it's not coming...
Well, they're not gonna tell you now, bros. If you're hungry and food, no, they come, you know, go find food.
You will.
Yeah. It's just human instinct, but everybody's letting so many suggestions and, you know, placements mess with their heads. But you should just, bro, if you come to the UK and you do 100 people, by the time you come back, you do 200, 300.
That's true.
So again, I won't act like it's all easy to be able to do that, but at some point you have to, Yoruba say onokon waja, meaning there are many paths that lead to the market. So why are you just sitting there saying, that's the person to do why can't you just sit down and think? Because you have a brain and it's functional, at least if you have talents.
Yeah.
So why can't, and if you have true numbers and you see it reflecting on your social media, give them.
Yeah. That's what we pride ourselves in on this podcast. You know, we educate, we entertain, and what's the last E?
Empower.
Empower, of course.
I was going to say excite.
We do excite.
Yeah,
you know. This is part of the excitement. You know, so some of the conversations that we are not here to chase the clickbait and, you know, drawing people out on their
comfort zone.
No. We like to draw people out of their comfort zone, because that's what's gonna bring out the excitement, you know, and the entertainment value and the education. But what we prioritize is like, you know, quality over just the clickbait, the quantity. You know, we can easily talk about controversial stuff that we know it. Not that we don't. We're not pretending that we don't. We actually know what is going on. You know?
Yeah.
But there is more value, and I'm sure anybody listening, if you're an artist, a promoter, or a host, or whatever you want to get into the industry, there is such a blueprint that you've laid down on authenticity, credibility, and then also being very truthful and factual in everything that you were saying. You know, just come and sit down and try pushing things down people's throat. It will work for some time, but it's not going to work forever. But you've stood the test of time. I've never met you, but your music was brought to me by the kind of skill and preparation and all the stuff that you've built into your career. And when I listen and I hear the kind of collaborations that you do, you're not just limiting yourself to just your peers, but even with younger, you're on a track with Shay Vibes, you're on a track with
Bella Schmurda,
Wande Cole, you understand? So you cut across, and you come across to me as somebody who is musical first, and I've learned that from our conversation today.
Yes.
I want to know what your peers or who your peers are. When you started coming into this industry, who were some of the artists that you came up with? Because it will set the bedrock for a lot of listeners to understand where you are and then the level of influence that you have in this industry.
I'll say it in a verse.
That's the moment about to occur.
You see, I couldn't fall by my fall. Clock it. Yeah, I throw bangers and I throw rockets. Styled way before they gave a damn about their pockets. Way beyond the ones who could market. And shout outs to Nice. Tukmene Langeli. Well, me and my young self was only getting ready. There's only one type. You only copy on a song. Anything beyond stop. So I run along. I don't have a pair.
Oof. Peerless.
Sounds like PMS.
That brings in the money, though.
Not unless it's menstrual cramp related. I don't have a pair. I don't know anybody who sings like me, simply because I know that I sing within the frequency of calm. And not many people can sing within the frequency. As a matter of fact, Chudike is going to say this, but he's an idiot. I told him years ago that, bro, you have a mad low register that I think like if you sang on a low register, it'd be nice. Chudike, no, they answer me. It is sad if they too musical and over and calculative and everything. Guess the record I wrote then for him to check and he was not being very attentive. She said, "You want to follow me, they go." So when the record became a big, I was like, I told you, right? So I sing on a, most people shy away from singing on the level that I sing, which is why on stage I also can't perform like you, because I have to go on stage and literally sing on the same key with Ellie Momo, which is very, she say many, many things I can do for you if you let me do what I do for you.
The numbers speak for themselves, though.
Yes. The range of that frequency of vocal rendition is not normal, Not normal because, I'm not saying it's not normal because of my God, It's pretty much, not too many people sang like, say, Barry White.
Yeah.
Or say Luther Vandross.
On Teddy Pendergrass.
Yes. Teddy Pendergrass. That's T-Pain, by the way. T-Pain is Teddy Pendergrass. That ass.
Yeah.
Right.
We're talking about
Not too many people can sing on that note. And even when you're at shows, the mic setups don't even allow you to sing on a low frequency. It's just weird.
How do you do it then on stage?
Okay, so that's why artistry is not just about dropping songs every 3 months. There's vibrations that you must listen to. If you are a very self-aware artist, you can hear reverb everywhere you are. I know where to. It's like when you're walking along the staircase somewhere and you get somewhere and it's hollow.
Yeah.
If you sing for that place, you're not going to sing off key because you can hear yourself surround sound. I've learned to master my breath as it goes into the mic, whether condenser or not. I've learned to master distance of rendition. That's why most singers, when they're about to hit a high note, say maybe Whitney Houston, the mic stretches further.
Yes, that's true.
Her voice stretches further. you cannot not know these things as an artist now. So that's how I know that I'm not the same with everyone, because I vibrate on 2 extreme frequencies excellently. I can rap excellently in my understanding, and I can sing excellently in my understanding. Like I said, I was the lead tenorist in my mass choir. And if you sing on the tenor notes, it means, oh God, I'm only go for your body. So it's not, I don't see a pair. I see colleagues, I see musicians, I respect them, but...
So did you come up, what did you come up with, like the class?
Class, my friends, General Pipe.
A live General Pipe.
Oh,
Yeah, I
he's
do.
incredible. I remember him from a Channel O awards, one of the first ones.
That was one of my, so my first freestyle battle win was with Channel O as well.
Oh, all right.
Channel O something, I've forgotten that thing, but I should know that Hamata wanted to kill us when we were freestyling. Another thing is, so where the MTN office is in Falomo in Lagos, it was usually NNPC project that was abandoned, I guess.
Wow.
So the floors, I think we were on the 12th floor, and it was Hamatan. And you're supposed to rapping on the 12th floor. Normally, if you rap, now speed's going to dry. And now Hamatan is on a double B speed, Super Mario B speed, drying up speed. Right? So before you go downstairs and drink water, before you get back upstairs, you're dehydrated, bro.
God.
Right? But before then, I had General Pipe. We were under the same management. Me, General Pipe, and Ben Foster. Ben Foster with Big Head.
Was it a goalkeeper?
No, Big Head, the big header.
Oh.
Yeah, just big. Like
I
I used to
know
bet,
Ben Foster, a goalkeeper.
I used to be like, see, Ben was sweating. I needs to wipe the sweat off. It would take him like 2 days. But yeah, it was me, him, Pipe. A bunch of guys were under the same management. And believe it or not, Pipe would stand there. And because of metronome counts, I'd be trying to freestyle to the vibrations of a generator.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So when it's going, so we do that just, so if I say Pierre, Pipe was there since St. Gregory's College when we were in SS1 and we were running a music club. But as at then, because my school was the only male school, I missed a lot of female schools. So there's St. Gregory's College, and right towards the rugby field over the fence is Holy Child. Then down the road from Holy Child.
There was a Holy Child. There was a Holy Child in Ghana as well. Cape Coast. Yeah, girls' school.
It's cream and like wine
Yeah.
uniform.
Yeah,
Yes.
the same. Oh, same uniform then.
Those are our women now. We are St. Gregory's College, bro.
Oh, and I was saying
We are their boys.
Yeah.
No, be now. Don't attach to Holy Child, please. Attach to your girls.
No, I'm saying there was the same Holy Child in Ghana.
But I
That
mean,
when
their
they
husband.
cream
Now,
and then-
if Greg's the Ghana, if you go Greg's for Ghana, you for be their husband.
Greg's
But as long
is a
as you don't
big
go
cream.
Greg's, leave Holy
Greg's
Child
is
girls
a big
alone. Our principal came to tell us, if Methodist boys want Methodist girls, you people be Methodist child. You know? So, so there's Holy Child. And down the road from Holy Child, there's Girls Secondary Grammar School, that's GSGS. Then if you go deeper towards Awolowo Road, Ikoyi axis, there's Antia Comprehensive, which is the blue skirts and the blue checkered shirt. Then towards where I had summer school, there was Antia International, which was white shirts and green shorts,
Right.
green unders. And then after that is Antia High. So with Greg's, on the other side of the rugby pitch, there's Holy Child. But behind my GS3 block, there's Antia High. So we had just talking to babes from our class and stuff. So we had a record there with General Pipe that was a hit with all the females in their school.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And we're just in SS1.
What year roughly?
SS1 must have been 1999. Was it? I'm blurry with the dates, but
Yeah.
and I don't really like figures that much. Not unless it's money with it.
That's what I was going to say.
But even that, I really don't send money, to be honest. So we had a record then, and I remember it was on Dr. Dre and Eminem's Forget About Dre.
For that, man.
Nowadays, everybody want to tell that guy somebody say, but then it comes out with a move the lips. That so Pipe was singing, "Olo mi when he can't move fair." With
the same beat.
I need that record. I need that record.
Is that ever
And we just
recorded?
bust bars, bro. I remember that Rugged Man was raining. I came to Unilag. I came to Greg. I was going to battle him on stage.
Gee, that would have been a sight.
It actually was. So we had records that were hitting with all the girls' schools around us there. So we're actually just like spoilt boys because we always had girls liking us with our music. I'm talking like hits where people are going to fetch water and singing it.
Wow.
But it wasn't even on radio.
Wow.
So if I was to tell you that I have a pair,
General Pipe.
General Pipe would be a pair because we grew up together.
Gotcha.
No, I love Pipe, man.
Pipe is
so
good.
we're on the Commissioners podcast. You know, we are this. We are here with a legendary figure, a very notable figure. You know, a figurehead who's actually imparting a lot of our lives without necessarily they saying it. Because I haven't heard any artist reference. Maybe they do, but I haven't heard that. You know, and you feature so many artists. You know, you even did a collaboration. You put out a project like release something about your collaborations and the features that you've had.
Yeah, of course.
You know, there's somebody who is very self-aware, and we are celebrating him today on Father's Day.
Yes.
And I'm really keen to understand I want to see what is on your playlist. What is Vector VEC listening to in 2024? This very week of June? The weekend of June?
Yeah.
Weekend of June
16th.
16th. Yes.
How many
It's
tracks? How many tracks?
14 days to my birthday.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm reminded why I stole last when he gets the gift. You know, she gets the gift ready.
I do.
That's
Give
the
it
gentleman
up.
You can
question.
tell he's Ghanaian.
Yes.
He doesn't know how to even hustle you. Nigerian. You know they say, why is Tola Moki better me? He's being nice about it. Nigerians are a rasta.
No, she does well with the gifts though. Very thoughtful. Very thoughtful. You know, we're proud to have her in our midst.
Yeah.
But Babek, I wanted to understand, you know, what is on your playlist? What are you listening to other than yourself?
Top
'Cause I know
3 tracks.
Yeah, top 3 tracks. Because I know you said you went off music for a while. I can relate to that, you know, as a DJ even. Because it was so monotonous. But I mean, now.
The world is still ongoing. Yeah. It's not like the music out there now is anything like. There's barely wow music. There's good music, you know, but there's barely. Sometimes I wake up, that Avicii, that was that, and I still wake up. That's not Avicii, but this is I forgot the name of the band. What do I stand for most nights? I don't know anymore.
That's a pure dance track.
I want to hear different things. So in my head, I can't even have a playlist because I don't even know which is real anymore. You know, there are industry plants in America, and there are so many people just, you know, didn't the Bible say guard your hearts diligently? I'm not interested in hearing somebody who's telling you singing about something that means something to me but doesn't really mean something to them. Hence why I'd also pick my rap allegiance to.
Oh.
Yes, I'm the guy that says if I'm being honest, there's nothing cool about the hood. There's nothing cool about mosquito bites and zero light.
It's true.
So I'm not out there trying to be like,
Whoa, slow down. Can you repeat that, please?
there's nothing cool about mosquito bites or zero light.
And they go hand in hand, you know.
Yes, now for hood now. So I'm gonna say, say Lafiaji to the fullest. Lafiaji to the fullest, yeah, because I'm a chief in Lafiaji, but Lafiaji to the fullest because I grew up there. I had the same amount of opportunities that people had. Well, I probably didn't have the same amount, but we had the same exposure to things. And I think people can be better. It doesn't have to be better based on rating, on data, or comparisons. It's just be better, you know. So yeah, I'll agree with that.
Wow.
That's the playlist.
Well, my playlist is me. Let me round it up like that, because I'm too like right now. I'm making music in the process, so I go back to my music every time. I have a record that I've been writing. No, I've been writing. That I finished writing like about 15 years later.
15.
Yeah.
Wow.
And why? I just did like the intro for about 10 years.
Wow.
It's like there's something missing. And when did it come? During COVID.
Right.
Oh, you had that epiphany moment.
It's so silly and simple. It's just oh. That's what I'm waiting for in my spirit for 10 years. You'll be shocked because you'll be like the song with Brisby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was asking about him.
The song with Brisby. I I left Unilag like 2006.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
5, 6. I had written that record before I got into university.
Wow.
The song with Ashwada, I had written it before he released his first ever single.
Wow.
But I just don't feel like because I wrote music today, it's ready to go out today.
That's correct.
Because also, Fela says, don't play with the spirit of music. The spirit of music can be preparing you for the future now, but it doesn't mean you are ready for the future now. I've waited a lot for music.
Your patience is impeccable, though, because 15 years. But I understand that, and I've someone like Tupac, for instance, he'll be recording like about 3 studios at a time. So he starts one here, he's on the other one, artists like that he wants to push. Everybody in their purpose, and we are at a position where we can understand why Tupac did that, because he had a short phase of time to live, and he had to make sure that he gave the world everything he had.
Yeah.
That's why. But there are also artists that take their time to build, which we appreciate too. So
Totally.
whichever way that you want to build your craft, you can always do it. And there's nothing wrong with that. So 15 years to give us that fire, we'll wait for it.
Yeah.
If it takes Kendrick how many years to drop one, wait for it. If it takes how many years for the next one to follow after Teslim, we're going to wait for it.
Yeah.
Because we know what we're going to get in the end anyway.
Yeah. Like after Teslim, I'm working on a project with Niniola and Tiwa Savage. And just like, so music is so wide, right?
Embracing the queens, right?
I've been embracing Queens, bro.
Yeah. From time. Let's not get it twisted. But,
Yeah.
but on
You guys are just
the
taking
project,
it to another level.
yeah, on the
Sharp, sharp.
project is different.
As they just sharp, don't say that one.
It's called wittiness. But yeah, that's coming through. But it's music, bro. I feel like we need to get to the point where we just leave music at music, There are too many people that think, oh, this record would have been nice if it this happened. But this one, like, why make them now? You ain't know waiting good for the record. Why just go record them? Now, it's not like your opinions are useless, even though they are. It's not like we don't appreciate them, but what makes you think I want to hear about the music I've already recorded and released? But if you don't like it, you can move on from it.
Totally.
You just don't have to make things. So it's too much, for music. And I think that needs to chill. Let's just be on real music. Let's just be on emotional things. Party emotions, let's go. Any mama emotions, let's go. Insomnia emotions, let's go. We're human beings. We are a range and we are an array of emotions embodied in one. How are we constantly saying the way she whines, she blew my mind, I press rewind? Decades, bro.
Well, that's been such a show. Educative, informative, all of them. But it's been our 3 E's: empowering, educative, and entertaining.
That's correct.
You have given us all of that. And I know that there'll be some takeaways from this show that people will get when they listen to it.
Absolutely.
Because I've taken away a few things. And it's been an honor having you here. So where can people get hold of you if they want to get hold of you? What are you on social media? What's your handles and that kind of thing?
If I don't say this joke, if I don't say the same, I die. You can get hold of me in your nearest police station. Social media at Vector the Viper. That's VectorThaViper on Twitter and Instagram. And on Snapchat is at Vector the Viper. Now, I'm epileptic with Snapchat. I'm not very, very constant like that. Social media is just a lot of things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm dying, I should show you. I'm alive again, I should show you.
Pressure, too much.
But yeah, you can catch me on Vector the Viper on most of them. And plenty information on there.
Cool. So I'm sure that we'll be touching on his show on our next podcast, because we can talk about some highlights and what we enjoyed about his show.
Is that an automatic invite? Because
What's that? To Victor's show?
Were we not getting an invitation?
Well, you have to ask first. As long as man doesn't get faked. You need to ask, can I come to your show and we invite? Can we get tickets? Because you can't make assumptions.
Yeah, you can get tickets on Dice.
There you go.
At least
go
we
get
said
your
that.
tickets.
However, bro, someone you be Nigeria, so as like this, you now you buy ticket like if ticket at 17.
I'll buy table.
You go buy.
You have table.
No.
We're not going to.
Before you perform, somebody call you a fucker like this. Hey, bro, I'm performing. Like, aren't you moving?
Have you ever called somebody else from the crowd? Like, what the fuck are you doing? I know Bernard's done that.
Yeah, a couple of people are doing it now, man. People are just coming with bad vibes to shows.
There was this.
You shouldn't be there if you're not feeling it.
There was this story where, like Noriega and Capone. So they said they went to somewhere like Austria, somewhere in Europe. They were high as hell. It's like there was this particular person just stood there and he was looking at them like, you're not going to be performing Tony. He was like, what? This guy was just waiting for that moment.
I'm too busy enjoying my performance to notice that you're not moving.
Right.
Plus also, what if you just got news that somebody died in your house? Could be, I can't just leave, so I'm not, anybody that's you inviting me, hey, let's go, I got bars for you. I got tar for you, you need to hit the road.
Yeah.
So it's, I wouldn't call anybody else and say, why you not feeling me? I had a party one time and there was just like, my guy, there's some girls that came through and everything, and that month or that year I wanted to have a party where we had conversations more than music. Because I make music, so I'm here, ain't boom, boom, again. So we're having barbecue and having a conversation. That's what they people say, I'm bored. And go home now. I don't you have a house. As in, for you to say you're bored, it means there's a place you prefer. Yeah, go there now. Grown men over here. So I'm not really looking at, are you feeling me or not? The people that are feeling me is okay for me. If it's 5 that are feeling me and I have to be there,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do what I need to do and just be cool. I'm not looking out whether you're liking what I'm doing or not. I think it's too late for that.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a wrap.
Yes.
It's a wrap. Put a fork in it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The Commissioners podcast, give it up for the one and only VEC.
VEC.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're far too kind.
Thank you very much.